This is my husband, Adam, and he was a big part of our homeschool journey. And so he's going to be weighing in on this course from time to time, too.
Hi, everyone.
And I myself never had a degree, but Adam has several. So I thought he was a pretty good person to bring in and have speak to you about the importance of a degree.
So first thing that's worth mentioning is, yes, I have managed to accumulate a few college degrees, but Lindsay is the one who spearheaded most of the kids' homeschooling, and we're both really, really happy with the results. And to kind of boost things, I happen to be a college professor. I'm right now a full-time business professor at a community college in Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix College. And I've also been a full-time math professor in the Maricopa Community Colleges. Lindsay really led the charge when it came to history, when it came to writing, when it came to the arts. I tended to take to the fore when it came to things like math, social sciences, computer skills. What I would say is that you do not have to have a college degree to give your kids an excellent education. So one little secret I want to let you in on is that just the act of knowing that you have to teach makes you a better teacher. Something clicks in your brain when you're not learning just for yourself, but you are learning because you have to present to others. And so if you haven't really spent a lot of time homeschooling, it might feel like, oh my gosh, the bar is so high. And it still is challenging. I'm not saying it's not.
Well, and I think especially when it's your own kids, because you think about how often you just show up in life, period, because they're your kids. There's this like biological connection about how you push yourself and your brain lights up in a different way when you know that it's your kids that are going to be benefiting from something you're doing.
And there's another thing that's worth mentioning is that depending on how old your kids are, depending on what their learning level is and what it is that they're studying, what kind of expertise you have, never fake it. Never pretend that you have knowledge that you don't have. This brings in this concept of, am I a teacher or am I a learning guide? And they're not the same thing. Like if you have mastery, if you can speak to a topic with some level of authority, then really move into that position and be their teacher. If you don't have a lot of authority on some idea, or maybe the subject matter scares you, then show them that you are going to come alongside them and be a learning guide and say, hey, this stuff that's maybe scary for you, it's scary for mom too. It's scary for dad too. But hey, we're in this together. Let's go find the resources.
Oh yeah. For example, like Susan Weiss Bauer's curriculum she has for working on grammar, like there's a parent guide where it's actually a script that the parent is reading. And so if you have a kid that's not at reading age, for example, themselves, or they're like new readers, you'd be sitting on the couch with them and you would read the parent script and then they would be answering back. And so some of it is already out there to have you like be the authority, be the teacher, but they're prompting you on what you need to be saying. And then of course, as they get older, you know, we're working towards them becoming independent learners where you're really just reviewing, making sure that they are doing the work that's been assigned to them, but maybe they're using an online platform. Your role is no longer to get ahead of them in biology and teach them biology. It's a whole different type of relationship at that point. So
in summary, you're probably better than you think you are. Don't fake it. Figure out whether you are going to be on any given moment of the day, if you're going to be functioning in the role of a teacher or of a learning guide. And then the last thing that I would mention is explore, experiment, try out different things, but give each thing you try enough time to succeed or fail. Don't kind of pop around, well, let's try this for 3 days, and then let's try that for 2 weeks, and then let's try that for a week and a half.
It's like taking vitamins for your dry, brittle hair. If after 3 days your hair is not looking glorious and luscious, it doesn't mean you should stop the vitamins yet.